The nominees for the 2012 Planning Institute of Australia Awards for Excellence are Small Affordable Housing Planning Scheme Amendment by the City of Fremantle. In December 2011, the Minister for Planning approved the City of Fremantle's groundbreaking scheme amendment to its local planning scheme. The new small secondary dwelling provisions in the scheme are the first of their kind in Western Australia and furthers planning practice in the state. The provisions meet local and state strategic objectives and help to provide cost-effective, sustainable, diverse and affordable housing in established areas. Pilbara Planning and Infrastructure Framework by the Department of Planning. The Pilbara Planning and Infrastructure Framework is a whole-of-government initiative that sets a comprehensive agenda for the development of the Pilbara over the next 25 years. It is a direct response to the requirement to shape the future of the region, which has become one of the economic powerhouses of the nation. The framework identifies opportunities for promoting growth, while also addressing challenges that confront the region in terms of settlement development, promoting and managing population growth, maximising economic opportunities, and ensuring there is sufficient utility, community and transport infrastructure capacity. Economic and Employment Land Strategy, Non-Heavy Industrial Perth Metropolitan and Peel Regions by the Department of Planning. The Economic and Employment Land Strategy, Non-Heavy Industrial, is the first of its kind to be released in Western Australia. The strategy promotes a more coordinated and informed approach to employment and industrial land development. It provides a blueprint for industrial land use planning for the future. The strategy provides a vital strategic planning framework to secure the availability of industrial land supply. Urban Development Program Online, DevNet and State of Land and Housing Supply by the Department of Planning. The Urban Development Program Online is a free package of online reporting and mapping tools designed to answer real planning and development questions. DevNet integrates a range of spatial data covering the entire land development process, from strategic planning through to structure planning and zoning, subdivision, infrastructure provision and construction. DevNet integrates data from government agencies and infrastructure providers in a single application. By delivering a user-friendly and self-service-based access to information and reports, DevNet provides essential baseline information to guide investment and assist with infrastructure planning. Southwest Supertown Project, Collie, Manjimup and Margaret River Growth Plans by RPS, in conjunction with GHD Creating Communities AEC Group, Shires of Collie, Manjimup and Augusta Margaret River and Southwest Development Commission. RPS engage with government agencies, community reference groups and a range of consultants to formulate a growth plan for each of the towns. The plan set out the objectives and actions relating to economic development, infrastructure provision and land use planning to accommodate and stimulate population growth over the next 20 years. The preparation of the growth plans have led to successfully securing approximately $30 million for immediate project implementation across the 3 towns. These projects include CBD enhancement, key infrastructure provisions and economic stimulus. Butler District Activities Centre Structure Plan by CLE Town Planning and Design in conjunction with the City of Wanneroo, Satterley Property Group, Department of Planning, Department of Housing, Cossell and Webley, Emerge Associates, Bruce Olabar, Traffic Consultants and Shrapnel Urban Planning. The Butler District Activity Centre Structure Plan was the first Greenfields plan approved under State Planning Policy 4.2. The structure plan established new benchmarks in Greenfield Centre planning in terms of both the interagency cooperative preparation process and the urban design outcomes. The structure plan facilitates the delivery of a mixed-use Main Street centre focused on TOD principles. Initial plans proposed a car-based centre located on Marmion Avenue. But after extensive consultation, policy review and research, it was revealed that a transit-oriented development could deliver an economically viable, sustainable and mixed-use commercial centre. Local Housing Strategy by the City of Bayswater. The City of Bayswater's local housing strategy addresses the complex nature of pressures facing the Perth metropolitan area. It provides a locally specific response to Directions 2031 and the Central Metropolitan Sub-Regional Strategy. The city has addressed the challenges facing the broader community through the development of focus areas for change. These focus areas for change are located around existing commercial, retail or public transport facilities where increased residential development will occur. Moruwa Supertown Growth and Implementation Plan by TPG Town Planning, Urban Design and Heritage in conjunction with the Shire of Moruwa, Midwest Development Commission and Landcorp. Moruwa is one of the 9 regional towns identified as warranting the preparation of a growth and implementation plan. The growth plan represents a new approach to regional planning. It is not just a strategic or statutory planning tool. The plan embodies a holistic and collaborative cross-government approach to support sustained economic development, population growth and community building over the next 30 to 40 years. The Growth Plan has delivered a single, coordinated and concise planning strategy for Moruwa. Canning City Centre Structure Plan by Haim Charlie in conjunction with Urbanism, Placematch, Oricon and Blackwell and Associates. Canning City Centre has been identified as a strategic metropolitan city centre in the state government's long-term regional planning strategy for Perth. The structure plan provides a guide for future development within the centre. The project focuses on the centre's strategic role, potential for future development and the successful implementation of bus rapid transport by 2031. It is anticipated that the centre will continue to thrive and grow over the next decade. The structure plan has been developed to guide an increased level of commercial and residential development in a sustainable and appropriate way. Careen Vision Local Structure Plan by Roberts Day in conjunction with Cedar Woods Properties, St Ives Group and McDonald Jones Architects. The Careen Vision Local Structure Plan facilitates the comprehensive redevelopment of the former Careen TAFE site for the purpose of a retirement village, residential aged care, a mixed-use site and general residential development in the form of a medium and high-density housing. The guiding principles of the Careen Vision are to create a place which facilitates and promotes intergenerational living, health and vibrancy, accessibility, the environment and economic well-being. These principles and their associated objectives have shaped the Careen Vision Local Structure Plan and have been embedded into the proposed statutory provisions to ensure that they continue to guide ongoing decision-making. Port Coogee Marine Village Built Form Codes by Taylor Burrell Barnett in association with Port Catherine Developments, Julie Harold Architect, Taylor Robinson Architects and the City of Cockburn. The Marina Village at Port Coogee will be the centrepiece of the Port Coogee residential community. The Port Coogee Marina Village will be a significant public asset which will play an important role as a regional attractor. The built form codes have been prepared to facilitate the delivery of the Port Coogee Marina Village vision to create a contemporary residential seaside village experience. The marina will be a facility for local residents and for visitors to relax, socialise, shop and enjoy the marina and coastal environment in an engaging setting focused on the waterfront and the public realm. Planning Australia, an overview of urban and regional planning, 2nd edition, edited by Susan Thompson, University of New South Wales, and Paul J. McGinn, University of Western Australia. Planning Australia provides a comprehensive introduction to the major issues and activities that constitute urban and regional planning in Australia today. Incorporating contemporary theory and practice, it contextualises planning in terms of its theoretical, ideological and professional foundations. Written in an accessible style and richly illustrated with instructive case study examples from across Australia, Planning Australia is an indispensable resource for students, practitioners and decision makers. Planning playgrounds for greenfields areas, an investigation into the acknowledgement for pretend play in playground design within metropolitan Perth by Abigail Oakey. Outdoor playgrounds are a significant component of the urban framework. Their designs are considered to be an important influence in child play behaviour, particularly the notion of pretend play. Along with outdoor playgrounds, pretend play provides a recognised method in which to prevent and manage childhood obesity and mental illness. This dissertation focused on answering the question: is the concept of pretend play adequately taken into consideration in playground design within greenfield areas? Community Infrastructure Development Contribution Plan 13 by the City of Cockburn. In accordance with Estate Planning Policy 3.6, the City of Cockburn has introduced a new development contribution plan for community infrastructure. This project was 3 years in the making. A range of strategies which needed to be undertaken to ensure the demand for community infrastructure was properly assessed and apportioned fairly between the existing and future Cockburn community. The introduction of this plan was the first such plan to be considered in Western Australia. The plan was prepared in-house, referencing a number of strategies undertaken in the preceding years for community infrastructure. By not outsourcing the plan preparation, this fostered strong ownership by staff and elected members. Transitions, moving from rhetoric to priority in 21st century Perth, by Arup in conjunction with the Public Transport Authority and Department of Transport. This research examined the increasing importance of public transport in Western Australia, transport policy and planning. It also identified current philosophies in relation to public transport service provision. These include the intent for public transport to operate in synergy with smart growth initiatives and as a realistic competitor to private motor vehicle travel along major corridors. The guide is intended to help drive future investment decisions in conjunction with the implementation of the Activity Centres Policy and the Moving People Network Plan. Local Commercial and Activity Centres Strategy by the City of Cockburn and Praxis in conjunction with ACOM and Hames Charlie. The Local Commercial and Activity Centre Strategy is an important planning document for implementing the new direction for the planning of activity centres in Perth. The strategy provides a model for other local governments to implement State Planning Policy 4.2. The strategy translates the policy's vision and objectives into a practical, pragmatic and defendable planning framework for local governments. The strategy includes a number of novel instruments for implementing the vision and objectives. City of Wanneroo Local Planning Policy 5.2, Wanneroo Town Centre by the City of Wanneroo. Since the commencement of major developments in the Wanneroo Town Centre and its recognition as a secondary centre, the City of Wanneroo has prepared Local Planning Policy 5.2 to ensure high-quality design and that built-form outcomes can be achieved as the town centre continues to grow. The policy expands and elaborates on the existing structure plan provisions by providing guidance on aspects of urban design to improve development outcomes and the quality of built form in the town centre. Kalamunda Village by the Shire of Kalamunda in association with Chris Antle Planning and Urban Design Consultant and Sally Malone Design. Kalamunda is entering a new phase in its evolution from a small village on the edge of the metropolitan area into an emerging town centre, servicing a growing community. Several significant developments, both public and private, are being discussed, planned or built. The centre has been developed to encourage greater community involvement and to encourage growth of visitor numbers to the Kalamunda village. The Shire is keen to promote more mixed-use development of an appropriate scale and form throughout the village and to reinforce the role of Haines Street as the main street of the town. Claremont Quarter by TPG Town Planning, Urban Design and Heritage and the Hawaiian Group in association with Brookfield Multiplex. Claremont has a long and proud history of Main Street shopping, which originated in the 1890s with the establishment of the train station at the top end of Bayview Terrace. However, by the early 1990s, Claremont was fast becoming a disconnected locality. The overall vision for Claremont Quarter was to develop a sophisticated, mixed-use environment integrated into an existing context. The project has delivered 30,000 square metres of retail floor space and 78 1, 2 and 3 bedroom luxury apartments. This intense combination of retail and high-density residential is a first for Western Australia and a rare built-form typology in Claremont. City of Wanneroo Local Planning Policy 4.3 Public Open Space by the City of Wanneroo. The City of Wanneroo is the fastest growing local government in Western Australia, with enormous residential growth projected and a significant amount of urban zone land yet to be developed. Public open space is a critical element of the development process and provides numerous benefits for the community relating to health, environment, education and recreation. In 2009, the City of Wanneroo initiated a comprehensive review of its existing policy. The result was a new Local Planning Policy 4.3 that was adopted by Council in October 2010. South Hedland Main Street by RPS on behalf of Landcorp and the town of Port Hedland in conjunction with Cossell and Webley, UDLA and McMullen Nolan. In response to the need for an improved urban design outcome reflecting the wealth being created within the region, RPS was engaged by Landcorp in 2008 to help revitalise an ageing and dated town centre. A master plan was prepared which established the vision for the redevelopment of the South Hedland Town Centre. The transformation of a tired, unsafe and inhospitable town centre to a modern, climate-responsive, attractive Pilbara city is now well underway. The new Main Street is characterised by a number of best practice planning principles, acting as a major catalyst for future investment in this region. Cockburn Coast Amendment No. 89 by the City of Cockburn. The District Structure Plan sets a framework for future redevelopment of the Cockburn Coast area. An intensive, vibrant, mixed-use urban environment is intended to be home to approximately 10,000 people. The amendment seeks to ensure key district structure plan targets are met in the next phases of planning. It also seeks to ensure unique aspects of the development area are carried through the hierarchy of plans and that the implementation of the vision for the Cockburn Coast can be achieved.